Hello everybody! Have you visited a place more than once? Do you live in a place where you have visited the same old tourist attractions over and over again? For some people, Hawaii is one of those places. There is lots of stuff not too far from Waikiki and outside the usual tourist attractions. Here is my list of unique attractions on Oahu that are cheap and fun to explore. Before I continue, don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification buttons to get notified of my future videos.
Number 5.
Known as the place of cherished memories, it's a first come, first buried mound for displaced Hawaiian skeletons throughout Hawaii. More than 200 sets of Hawaiian remains are buried in a mound and have room for roughly 1,400 displaced skeletons. This 8-sided, modern-day burial mound is located in front of the Honolulu Zoo. This place has its own plaque, decorative fence, and walkway for visitors.
Number 4.
Hawaii's Plantation Village is an outdoor museum revealing the history of Hawaii's sugar plantations, circa 1850 to 1950. The village consists of reimposed buildings and imitations of plantation structures, inclusive of houses of many ethnic groups and community buildings. For example, the plantation store, infirmary, bedhouse, and manager's office. They share the story of Hawaii's many cultures, including Hawaiian, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Korean, Okinawan, Portuguese, and Puerto Rican.
Number 3.
Pineapples have been synonymous with Hawaii, but pineapple is not a native plant of Hawaii. In 1900, James Dole, known as the Pineapple King, purchased 61 acres with the understanding of pineapple's potential and made Hawaii the pineapple capital of the world. Nowadays, this plantation serves as a tourist destination and is home to one of the world's largest plant maze. This maze opened in 1998 and presently displays more than 14,000 plants, including hibiscus, heliconia, croton, pine-axe and pineapple. As of 2008, this pineapple-shaped, centered maze held the Guinness Book of World Record for the largest plant maze. Nearly 2.5 miles of paths was designed with 8 stations to be visited. These 8 checkpoints, one for each of Hawaii's main islands, is designed as a challenge. The average time is over 1 hour and the fastest is 7 minutes. The fastest winners have their name placed on a sign near the entrance of the maze.
Number 2.
Aloha Blowhole is considered Hawaii's Old Faithful geyser. Located 20 minutes outside of Waikiki. This lookout is worth the stop. This 1,000-year-old oddity flings incoming surf to in a constricted lava tube. That outlet is straight up, like a whale's blowhole. Periodically, water shoots up 30 feet high. Occasionally, a reckless tourist or local will wind up too close and be swallowed into the mighty blowhole and drown in deadly surf action. Nonetheless, even on calm days, do not approach the blowhole, but enjoy the enchanting scenery. Lastly, if you have the time, off to the right is a small beach made popular in the movie From Here to Eternity. Access down to this beach is via a small steep rocky path, and you may see some of the local residents.
Number 1.
Many fans of baseball did not know that the father of baseball, Alexander Cartwright, is buried on Oahu, Hawaii. Born Alexander Joy Cartwright, Jr. on April 17, 1820 in New York City, Cartwright would eventually be recognized as the founder of baseball. He was given recognition as the endorser of rules for the modern game based on the Knickerbocker rules, which he developed in the mid-1800s. Cartwright was just 16 years old when he played the bat and ball games with local volunteer firefighters in Manhattan. Baseball historians agree that Cartwright and his friends established their baseball club in the early 1840s and named it after Manhattan's volunteer Knickerbocker Engine Company. The baseball club and the sport began to acquire popularity after moving to the wide-open Elysian Fields in Hoboken, New Jersey. It was in Hoboken that the club propelled baseball's rapid growth. Cartwright served as the club's vice president from in 1847 to 48, and he was a crucial member of the club's rules committee in 1848. In 1849, Cartwright left the club, headed west to join the gold rush. He ultimately sailed to Hawaii, where he would spend the rest of his life. While settled in Honolulu, Cartwright became the first fire chief, and Queen Emma relied on him as a trusted advisor. He pursued public service until his death in 1892. It was not until 46 years after his death, Cartwright was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame as a pioneering contributor to baseball. Cartwright's remains were settled in Oahu Cemetery, marked by a large tombstone which mentions nothing about baseball. The only indication that the grave belongs to a baseball founder are the baseballs, bats and caps sometimes left at its base by sports fans who pay homage to baseball pioneer. Thanks everyone for watching my video. I really enjoyed visiting these places. And I look forward to producing new videos of my adventures in the future. Please don't forget to hit subscribe and notification button. This way you can watch my newest videos.